Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode I'm going to be reviewing Class episode 4, but without further ado, let's get to the cast list of Class in general. Actually, so we have Greg Austin as Charlie, Friday Elsiad as Ram, Sophie Hopkins as April, Vivian Opera as Tanya, and Kathleen Kelly as Miss Quill. And that's the main cast, along with the recurring or guest cast of George and Renzo as Mateusz, Paul Mark Davis as Corkinius, Pookie Quesnell as Dorothea, Shannon Murray as Jackie, Natasha Gordon as Vivian, Nigel Betts as Francis, Connor O'Neill as Hugh, Anna Schaffer as Rachel, and Ben Peel as Coach Dawson. This episode was written by Patrick Ness and directed by Philippa Langdale. The synopsis for this episode is that April starts to feel greater effects of sharing her heart with Corkinius, and as the connection strengthens, she vows to reclaim her heart as her own. Meanwhile, something sinister is invading the streets. This episode was released on the 5th of November 2016. My opinion of this episode is I love seeing Charlie explain parents' evening to Miss Quill, like seeing April and Ram get together, and enjoyed seeing April stand up for herself to her father. Without further ado, here's my review of Class episode 4. We have the previously recap and the Shadowkin plan on stealing April's heart. Corkinius attempts and kills one of his kills one of his fellow Shadowkin after this plan fails. April possesses a Shadowkin weapon. We then have the title sequence. April plays her violin. April subsequently breaks her violin. April is bleeding but immediately heals. April and her mother talk about April's father being released from prison. Charlie nearly catches Mateusz about to open the Cabinet of Souls. Ram eats his breakfast. Ram asks his father to not tell his mother about his prosthetic leg. Ram and his father hug. Charlie shows Mateusz what is truly inside the Cabinet of Souls. April ignores Ram. April regrets ignoring Ram. Dorothea introduces herself to Miss Quill. Tanya is surprised that Charlie has never had to previously attend a parents' evening. April and Charlie attend a lesson. April refers to soldiers as cowards. April argues with some of her and Charlie's fellow classmates. April breaks a locker. April shows Ram the current condition of her locker. Charlie orders Miss Quill to attend his parents' evening with him. April expresses her fear of death to Ram. Ram attempts to reassure April. April's father finds April and Ram choosing to skive one of the lessons. April reminds her father of the law enforced rules regarding him contacting her. Ram and April stand up to April's father. April attacks her father. Dorothea also finds April and Ram skiving school. Dorothea introduces herself to Ram and April. April and Ram speculate that Dorothea is an alien. Dorothea picks up a weirdly shaped flower. This flower stings Dorothea, as well as causing Dorothea's hand to start bleeding even. Charlie explains how the Cabinet of Souls works to Mateusz. Miss Quill spies on this conversation. Ram takes April home. April tells Ram about her mental encounters with the Shadowkin. Ram tries to convince April to tell Charlie, Tanya, Mateusz and Miss Quill about her solo encounters with the Shadowkin. The Shadowkin plan on returning to Earth. April and Ram kiss. Ram and April sleep together. April's mother finds both April and Ram naked. Tanya confronts Charlie about his treatment of Miss Quill. Mateusz notices the increasing amount of flower petals. Dorothea summons Miss Quill for a meeting. Ram introduces himself to April's mother. Ram tells April's mother about April's encounter with her father. April's mother warns Ram what will happen to him if he hurts April. April defends Ram to her mother. April's father overhears Ram having a conversation with Tanya. Dorothea asks Miss Quill about squirrels. Matersha and Charlie disagree over the Cabinet of Souls. Charlie tells Matersha's story about the Cabinet of Souls. Tanya tells Matersha and Charlie about her conversation with Raman about April. Dorothea showcases the mysterious flower petals to Miss Quill. Dorothea asks for Miss Quill's help with dealing with the self-duplicating flower petals. Dorothea promises Miss Quill if she agrees to help her with the self-duplicating flower petals that she can return her free will to her. April's father tells April's mother about April's connection with Corkinius. April breaks a plant pot. April also breaks a door of its hinges. April threatens and attacks her father. April attacks her mother. Charlie, Tanya and Matersha find Ram, April and April's parents. April's mother can move her legs again. April tells everyone about Corkinius, knowing where she is. In exchange, April knows where Corkinius is. April and Ram transport themselves to the Shadow King's realm, and the episode finishes off with a trailer for episode 5. Next time on the Everything Podcast, I'll be reviewing episode 5 of Class. Obviously this is episode 4, we're going to do all of that. So there's 8 episodes, so we're at the halfway point. Obviously the first 3 episodes of Class you will find are non-animated, so they will be in a VOD, they'll just look slightly different. So yes, let me know what you thought about Class episode 4 if you watched it, and my review if you didn't. Oh, and that's put both of your thoughts on those in the comments below. I should have mentioned that there's 8 episodes in Class, and then there'll be a further 13 after that for Big Finish Audio. It's audio company, so audio drama based on Class as well. And also in the comments below, let me know anything you want me to cover on the channel. It could be a TV show or a movie suggestion like we've had in the last episode, which was The Beekeeper. So put those in the comments below, as well as anything else you want me to cover on the channel. It could be a newspaper, it could be a comic, it could be a book, it could be an article, it could be some news about your favourite show or movie. Put all of those in the comments below, and remember you can also like, comment and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye.